But if you want to translate like the whole of them correctly, you can't. But if you understand three things in one sentence, subject, verb, and object, you do understand exactly like what the thing could be talking about in one sentence. See? Yeah. So this is like the first way that I could say.
Hello everyone, my name is Seha, and today I've got a chance to ask Mr. Ruti.
Yep.
And this question, it may be the same problem of myself and for those who are learning English. And this question is about they can read a book but they cannot translate the word or the context in the book. So for this point, do you have any concept or the tips how to handle with that problem? So I would want you to share a little bit short about this.
Thank you so much, Venerable, for your question, and I would like to pay my high respects to you again right here, Venerable Seha, and also to all of the Buddhist Venerable monks, my high respects to them as well, and all of you guys. Let's get back to understand this, and that would be a piece of information that you guys could pay attention to, because I do believe in Cambodia, many of English learners or a lot of learners, they probably try to use different strategies to do this.
Yeah.
Because English books, and they come to read, and finally they cannot translate because they think they have limited vocabulary, or maybe they think they don't have any particular habits to do so.
Yeah.
And this is like the point. But to clarify this, I would divide this way into particular different strategies. One would be focusing on the multiple thoughts, would be English and Khmer to English. And another one that would be only English thought. And you can do this strategy. That's okay. You don't have to worry like, wait, if I try to read the books in English and I don't use Khmer translation, so am I able to understand English concept? You are able to understand that as well, even though you are using English thought only one way. But however, I would like to clarify to the term that people, they prefer to use multiple thoughts, maybe English and Khmer to English. So again, right here, translation ability is the problem that you learn English language, so you have to understand the word, especially the meaning. You cannot use Google Translate to translate every word that you may say, because English words, some reason, they would be made in the particular term or the collocation itself. That would, you have to understand the slang or idiomatic ideas, because all of them couldn't be translated. And if you try to read the book and you don't focus on the understanding rather than your like translated words, for example, book would be in Khmer, suppose.
Yes, okay.
And for example, if we try to use the phrase like hit the book, what does it mean? Hit the book. But this is like so insane in English. But if you study about the meaning or the definition of that, that would be the idiomatic idea. So we are talking about the way you come to study. Yeah. So if you say, hey, it's time to hit the book, means it's time to study English, or it's time to study something that you want. See? So this is like, I could say, you, based on your translation, every single word particularly, you cannot master your understanding at all in your translation system. So you have to improve your English thought compared to your Khmer thought according to your own combination in these two ways. Yeah. For example, if you read the books in English and the only thing you can do it step by step. I mean, like read the books, one paragraph, and try to translate them with the particular things like nouns, or maybe the verb is the important thing. So when you read one sentence, what you will see? Maybe a subject, maybe a verb, maybe the object. So you have any problem to understand like, oh, what is the beginning? How could I translate them rightly? So number one, I just want you to do simply try to understand the verb, also the subject that you are talking about. Translate them. But if you want to translate like the whole of them correctly, you can't. But if you understand three things in one sentence, subject, verb, and object, you do understand exactly like what the thing could be talking about in one sentence. See? Yeah. So this is like the first way that I could say. Because in the advanced level, you don't have to translate every word or something. If you understand the object, the object contains probably like two phrases or maybe one long phrase. And then if you understand like the phrase could be about, you come to the definition already. Yeah. So this is like the point could be made in this way. Yes, so this is what I have made or I have done before, and I think that's going to be helping. But however, right now I'm not actually in translation system anymore because right now I try to use my single thoughts in English to read the books. This is like strategy number 2. I mean, when I read English books, I focus on my own thoughts in English, and I don't have time to translate because it's not necessary. But if you ask me to translate, yeah, I will do it, but in the necessary time. But I think for my regular time or my own habit, I don't prefer to read the books by using translation. Yeah, just like that. So that's all from my strategy. But however, I just want to highlight a little bit about the English thought. Whenever you focus to read the books and you improve your understanding when you read the paragraph and learn to ask yourself, like what the paragraph it could be summarized in. I mean, like try to understand about the core information about the paragraph. So when you understand that, that's okay, that's it. Because you don't have to like remember every detail of the paragraph. But the most important thing is that the meaning of the paragraph, the meaning of the sentence, that's it. Not every word. Okay, so this is from my experience. I think we're coming to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Venerable, for this question.
Thank you so much, Mr. T, for sharing. And I hope you guys will find very meaningful tips by his sharing. And goodbye. Yeah.